didn't cost much, but it makes a big difference. Today, we're going to talk about small luxuries that make me feel rich. Hi friends, I'm Sarah, also known as Budget Girl here on the internet, and today we're going to talk about some things that I have invested a small or moderate amount of money in, or no money at all, to drastically improve my life and make me feel rich or wealthy. By the way, I consider myself a very frugal person, and to me that means that I save my money to spend on things that are important to me and don't spend money on anything that isn't. It doesn't mean that I never buy myself anything that I want or will improve my life or enjoy. It's just about prioritizing what things are going to be worth my hard-earned money. And since it's nearly Thanksgiving, of course, now would be an excellent time to think about some of the things that we have in our lives already that we can be really grateful for. I am grateful for the ability to be able to incorporate some of these things into my life and be able to afford them. If I were still in the place that I was in 5 years ago, where I was always kind of like wanting more, I probably wouldn't be able to feel rich with these somewhat common things. So the first luxury that makes me feel rich is having an excess of chargers and cords for my various devices. So this is probably one of the smartest things I've ever done in my life, but I have a dedicated laptop cord for my couch. And it is under my couch, plugged in, and I've got the cords winding up through the cushions so that whenever I'm sitting on the couch with my laptop and I need to charge, I just dig under the cushion next to me and I pull it out and I can plug it in. There aren't cords laying on the floor. I don't constantly have to like move it to vacuum or worry about the puppy getting it because she chewed up 2 cords. Not fun. But having a cord there in the place where I probably use my laptop most often just feels luxurious. I also have an additional laptop cord that I keep in my work bag because I bring my laptop with me places. I don't have to constantly unplug the one laptop cord that I have and bring it with me everywhere. The same thing goes for phone chargers. I have a phone charger at work. I have a phone charger beside my bed. I have one in the kitchen, and I have one in my suitcase that I use to travel with. I am never without a phone charger, and that has saved my butt more than once. It's probably worth it to just buy a couple extra of the things that you use all the time so that you can just not have to worry about that one thing. So the second little luxury that makes me feel rich is having candles around and burning them regularly. So I generally buy candles about once a year. I've been doing it. I used to do it with my Christmas money actually that my family would give me, and we would all go out Christmas Black Friday shopping together, and we'd go to TJ Maxx or Ross or a place like that, and we'd look at the discount candles and we'd go through it and we'd smell them, and I'd spend like $30 on 4 or 5 really gorgeous, wonderful smelling candles, and then I would burn them throughout the year, and it just made my home feel so luxurious. Now I actually have started doing it even more often. It's become a bit of a ritual, especially on weekends and sometimes even on weeknights. I have a candle sitting on my coffee table and I light it and I sit down and I'm working on my laptop, I'm watching TV. It's just really nice to have that kind of scent wafting through the air. It feels luxurious, but in a very everyday sort of manner that I could easily afford, but it upgrades. Thing number 3 is having a ton of plants. Now, I'm showing my millennial here, but I love plants. I have all of the very Instagram popular ones. I have a split leaf philodendron. I have a couple fiddle leaf figs. I truly enjoy them. And while they're a bit of a pain to water every week, they bring so much life to my home. I even have plants here in my office at work. I feel like it adds a lot of natural elements, and I only purchase plants that are not that hard to take care of, but I love having them around and I love how they make me feel, and most of them were not very expensive at all. The fourth little luxury that I like to treat myself with is Hulu without ads. And it has been tempting to go back to the Hulu with ads because they have all these like bundles where you can get like if you buy Hulu with ads, you can get Disney Plus with it, or they're always trying to get you to do the Hulu with ads. But honestly, I am past a point in my life where I'm willing to deal with ads for a paid subscription service. Honestly, if Netflix ever gets ads, I will just like cut it. I don't even pay for Netflix. I pay for Hulu, and my friend pays for Netflix, and we trade logins. I just can't deal with it. I have a free TV service called Pluto that's like pre-installed on my smart TV, and it has ads every 4 minutes on the free channels that you get to watch. And I can't deal with it, especially when they're repetitive ads. No, I am more than willing to pay the extra $5 a month or however many dollars a month it is to do the Hulu without ads. Super luxurious. Along the same vein, my next one is having a Kindle Unlimited subscription. Now I know within the personal finance community, subscriptions are kind of the devil. It's one of the first things we tell you to cut. We tell you, do you really need this subscription? That's blah, 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 blah. And personally, I still have a huge anti-thing against any of like the subscription boxes that come in. But there is one subscription that I've used this year that I think is worth every single penny for my personal life, and that is Kindle Unlimited. It is $10 a month and has been so helpful with my reading goal this year of getting to 100 books. I've actually smashed that and am probably going to be at closer to 150, but there are so many books available, and you can have up to 10 at a time checked out. This is not sponsored at all. They have no idea who I am, but having just access to so many books instantly is such a luxury. I'm still a huge fan of the library. I don't mind waiting for bestsellers or for books, but it's so nice to immediately have so many available on Unlimited that it just makes me feel like a millionaire, and I'm only putting out $10 a month, and I'm definitely reading like $50 worth of books minimum. My seventh little luxury that makes me feel rich is having some nice sleepwear. Now, my sleepwear doesn't necessarily match, but I have moved beyond the point of wearing like old t-shirts and holy leggings and stuff like that to sleep in. I do actually purchase clothing that is soft to sleep in. My favorite is kind of the little sets that you see at Target that's like a button up and it looks like a little suit, and the shorts. And it's just very wonderful to have something dedicated to kind of sleep and lounge around the house in, instead of just wearing like old clothes. It feels like an elevation in life. Number 8, in a similar vein, is having nice matching hangers. It's one of the first things I actually bought when I became debt-free, which is the silliest upgrade, but I think I spent $40 on getting some of the slim velour hangers from Amazon. I'll have them linked below because they're really good quality, and I tried purchasing some later from like TJ Maxx, and they were just so flimsy and broke almost immediately. But having a full matching set of hangers where they slide really easily and the tops turn, so if you put a shirt in facing the wrong direction, you can just pull it out. You don't have to, that might be a personal problem, but it makes my closet feel really, really nice, and it definitely feels like a luxury. Number 8 is having a mostly organized / clean apartment. Now, this doesn't cost a penny, but it does cost your time. And I have lived in very messy apartments before, like disgusting. I literally never swept or mopped. Judge me, I've grown, but I currently make a very intentional effort to keep my place pretty clutter-free, pretty organized. I'm not saying that I'm perfect, but generally everything in my home has a home, and it gets cleaned regularly. So when I come home, it's not just mess everywhere. And I've actually kind of trained my brain to get mad at like if the table gets cluttered up with stuff for more than a couple of days, that kind of thing. So just having kind of a constant equilibrium of 90% clean, 90% organized is, let's go 70 to 90, is a wonderful thing that makes me feel like I'm super rich, even though I'm doing my own cleaning. That's fine. Number 9 is having multiple kinds of coffee available and biscottis. All right, so now we're getting into like the food thing. You've all heard how much I love cheese. I've been dragged for it before, and it's fine because guilty. But I currently have a little coffee station in my apartment that has my $5 from a thrift store espresso maker, and I have 3 little containers of different kinds of coffee. I buy them from the bulk section and grind them at the grocery store. They're not expensive at all, and I keep them in 3 little Dollar Tree containers that I write the type of coffee on the front of. And it just honestly makes me feel like I have a Starbucks at home. Coming from someone who very rarely visits Starbucks, that might not mean much to you, but having options for something as simple as like what coffee I want to drink makes me feel super luxury. And the biscotti ups the game. I only have them on weekends, but a cup of coffee, a biscotti, I get them from Aldi, sitting on the couch with my laptop as the sun streams in, candle going sometimes, really feels like a nice time to enjoy life. Number 10, still in the food vein, I tend to keep some shelf-stable hard meats like salami, stuff for kind of like charcuterie boards, crackers, and a couple different kinds of cheese in the fridge, kind of on hand, so that at any point in time I can pretty much make my own pretty little charcuterie board. Because sometimes that's dinner and that's a really fun treat, or if somebody's coming over, I can whip that together real quick and always have something very nice to serve. But I buy the meats on sale. World Market has them on sale all the time because I think people don't buy that many there, and they're really, really nice, thinly sliced meats, or the chubs of dried salami, that kind of thing. And it's a really, really wonderful meal that makes me feel way fancier than I actually am. Number 11 is a well-stocked spice cabinet. Now, I've done this throughout my entire debt-free journey because I honestly believe you can buy like the cheapest jar of sauce at the grocery store. I'm talking like the ragu in the can, and you can make it taste wonderful if you add enough spices. I spice everything. It takes a while to kind of figure out what goes well with what, but Jacob and I both are huge spice users. We make our own sauces from scratch sometimes. We just season everything. Spices are generally not that expensive, especially if you buy them from the bulk section. For instance, never buy like a giant thing of tarragon. That will cost you a pretty penny, but you can buy a little bit in the bulk section at your grocery store. Or sometimes if you go to Asian markets or Mexican markets, they have spices for way, way, way less money than you would get in those pretty little glass McCormick jars. Number 12. We are off of food, I swear, but this is food adjacent. I don't always do this, but now that I am debt-free, I sometimes buy myself flowers, just grocery store flowers, Aldi flowers. They're about $4, and it really brings some additional color and life to your apartment. Yes, they die in a week or two, but it's something that makes my home feel more luxurious, and I just really enjoy looking at them. So it's in my budget every once in a while to buy flowers. I don't keep them all the time. Sometimes Jacob will buy them for me, and it's just a nice moment in the house. Number 13 is a matching silverware set. Now, this seems like the dumbest thing on the planet, right? Who cares if your silverware matches? I certainly didn't while I was becoming debt-free. I had silverware from a variety of places, including like stuff that had been left at work and nobody wanted, or that had been given to me, or from garage sales. But after I became debt-free, I actually spent like $60 or $70. I'm a little embarrassed at the amount, for a really gorgeous full set of very nice silverware. And I have a set for like 12 or 16 or something like that. But I really, really enjoy using the silverware. It feels unique to me, even though I know it's not, but it's slightly different shape than normal silverware. And I genuinely enjoy using it and setting the table with it and just making it a part of my everyday life to eat with something that I love. And nice towels. I am totally guilty of this, but it is on my shopping list for Black Friday. You never know how bad your towels are until you like travel somewhere and you try nice towels, or you get like one new towel and it feels so different from your old ones. And they're horribly expensive. This is the one thing that I think is overpriced on this list. Towels are too dang expensive, but having really nice, luxurious towels is a total life upgrade that I think is worth it. And I've budgeted some money to purchase some new ones this year on Black Friday, because My old ones are gross and they're falling apart, and I have tried the nice towel lifestyle and I want it back, dang it. I spent way too long using like 5-6-year-old towels that are just like scratchy and don't absorb anymore, or that have had a string peel off or one of the edgings come off, and it's fine if that's what you have, use what you have, but eventually, if you can afford to upgrade it, absolutely upgrade it, because the difference it makes is huge. And the final thing, having investment accounts. Now, this is more expensive than the other things on the list, but it was something that I didn't necessarily know that I was ever going to be able to do. I wasn't really taught anything about investing in school growing up, but at a certain point in life, you have to take responsibility for your own education. So after I became debt-free, I educated myself on investing, and I started putting some of my money away into investments accounts. I have a IRA, a Roth IRA, a teacher savings account, and some general like growth investing accounts that invest in a variety of things that are earning me money and are compounding so that I will have an extremely wonderful future. It's less money in my pocket each month, but it's a huge luxury that I'm able to prepare for the future for myself. I was really intimidated by investing for a long time, and honestly, I think if I hadn't had this YouTube channel, I might have procrastinated it for decades. But thanks to positive peer pressure, I made the jump and I started investing. And once you're in it, it's not that scary. It's actually really fun logging into your accounts and watching that money grow. It is a huge luxury and absolutely makes me feel rich that I have money aside from what I actually need on a paycheck to paycheck basis that is out there growing me more money for my future. And that, out of all the things on this list, will actually make me rich eventually, whereas the other ones just make me feel rich in the present. Remember that frugality and personal finance are personal to all of us. You may hate candles or soft bath towels. I'm pretty sure no one hates soft bath towels. Spend your money in the places where it's important to you, and happily and eagerly say no, with no guilt, to anything that doesn't. So I would love to know, what are the little luxuries in your life that make you feel rich? All right, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, I would love it if you hit the like button. And if you are new here and would like to learn more about money and how to upgrade your life on a dime, I'd love it if you subscribed. I will see you guys next time. Have the most wonderful Thanksgiving. And if you choose to participate in Black Friday or Cyber Monday, do it with a budget that you have set and are comfortable with. Don't go into debt, and have a wonderful time. Bye.